don't know what was going on with Channing Tatum's, but they had like the Charlie Brown shirts going on, and I was just a little confused on what we were watching at that point, you know?
What's up, guys? My name's Ed. This is Marissa, and this is Distant Critics. Today, we got a good one for you guys. You see the thumbnail, you see the title. Today, we're reviewing Fly Me to the Moon. So, we definitely have a lot of opinions about this film, but before we get into it, we just want to let you guys know that these are our opinions and our opinions alone. If you guys have something to say, definitely leave it in the comments down below. Let's have that conversation. Let's get, the juices flowing and talk about this in the community of Distant Critics. Now, without further ado, Marissa, can you tell us about the plot?
Fly Me to the Moon is a sharp, stylish, romantic comedy set against the high-stakes backdrop of NASA's historic Apollo 11 moon landing. Brought in to fix NASA's public image, sparks fly in all directions as marketing maven Kelly Jones wreaks havoc on launch director Cole Davis's already difficult task. When the White House deems the missions too important to fail, the countdown truly begins.
So there are certain events in history where people always say you remember where you were when that happened. 9/11's one of them, OJ Chase is one of them, and a man on the moon is definitely one of them as well. Nowadays, it kind of just feels like it's natural for a man to be on the moon, but I can only imagine how it felt back then. It must have been incredibly wild to see that in real life, so I feel like this movie, although it felt like a parody to some sorts, it does a really good job kind of allowing the audience to feel like they're watching it for the first time. Marissa, what do you think about this film?
I think this film was witty, meticulous, amazing. Fly Me to the Moon was like drinking a nice, refreshing glass of lemonade for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eh. My main thing too is I love to see a strong, savvy female character, and Scarlett Johansson delivered that to its beautiful core. She was saucy, she was spicy, and had everything nice. What's that Powerpuff Girls, where the sugar,
Spice.
that's her. Yeah, and she created this whole creation showing how a woman had to be independent and comfortable in a working role that she portrayed in. And I love that about the movie. I also really like the fact that I read an article and it was about like how they made a fictional movie into like real facts sprinkled into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did a real good job. Director Greg Berlanti captured that along with his writers who studied the moon landings. They did a really great job collecting those facts and putting it in there into a fictional movie. I thought that it made sense, such as like how the public wasn't very fond or keen of public or funding the moon mission. So you had the facts about that. You had the facts about how it was in the 1960s in general. So I just think that it was really great to see.
I totally agree with you. It really felt like the audience can immerse themselves in this film with the music choices that they had, the costume designs, the characters themselves. I wasn't totally keen on Channing Tatum's character, but I understand like he kind of has this stoic personality to him, and I know he went through stuff in the past, but like you said, Scarlett Johansson I think was the MVP of this film, because where it felt dry in certain areas, putting her enthusiastic, bubbly personality in there really helped elevate those scenes. And overall, I thought it was a pretty good film.
I thought it was a great film too. And I think too, when you come back to the costumes, wardrobes were on point, except I don't know what was going on with Channing Tatum, but they had like the Charlie Brown shirts going on. And I was just a little confused on what we were watching at that point, But all jokes aside, yeah, costumes were great. And then I was also not too much of a fan of Channing Tatum's character. I understand his role, but I just feel like Channing Tatum wasn't as present for me, if that makes sense. Like he wasn't like catching my attention that much.
No, 100%, and I'm totally with you on that. But again, where he kind of lacked, and I don't want to say it was him, because I really do think it was the character and they wanted him to be like that. but Scarlett Johansson coming in, it really did help round out that film. And like you said, going back to the historical aspects, I love when movies kind of blend um, reality with fiction and makes you feel like you don't know what's real, what's not real. So they did a really
Hmm.
good job with that. And in a lot of parts where it felt like you were watching the moon landing.
You want to know too what one of my things was? It was, we did a review on The Quiet Place, and in that review, I said that the main star or like one of the MVPs was their cat.
Yes.
Again, their cat here in this movie was a star
the
to me,
cats
shining bright.
the cat was definitely one of the funniest scenes in the film. For sure. Stole
Yes.
the climax point of this film. It's the cat. So shout out to the cat. Um
Shout out to the cat.
yeah, but overall I really did like the film. It's very much a parody to real life events. And I kind of like that they went that route, and overall I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good film and I would recommend. Marissa, what do you think?
My husband was getting goosebumps while watching this film, so I also recommend this film. I think we should all watch it. It's funny and it has that real components like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to know what you guys have to say about this film. If you liked it, if you didn't, whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comments down below.
And if you have any other suggestions on any movies we should review, please leave a comment down below so we can turn your idea into reality.
And thank you guys so much for joining us today on Distant Critics.
Thank you.
Peace.